Welcome, whiskey researchers, to Trenny and C, Age Your Own Whiskey, Part 4, the finale.
Yay!
Yeah,
It's been a long while.
That's probably what everyone else is saying.
Yeah,
Like, yay, they're done with this.
Yeah.
He's Trenny, I'm C, which you would know by our normal credits that label us, but that's fine.
Yeah.
We might not have the normal credits today.
You may have just stumbled upon us and like, what the hell is this garbage? But
Yeah, anyway. So this is part 4 of our Age Your Own Whiskey mini-series, let's call it, for lack of a better term. And so what we're going to do is we're going to probably cut to a little bit of footage of us, emptying the barrels and doing a little swap out and everything. And when we come back, we'll just kind of tell you what we've done so far and where we're at with it, and we're going to taste it. This is the finished product.
this is it. So, yeah.
Let's
Stick around and find out.
let's cut to the footage. Cut!
Yeah. Okay, what do we got?
Alright, so what we're going to do is first thing we're going to do is we're going to pour ourselves a little tiny smidgen of sherry.
Yeah.
Just to taste while we're doing this.
Which has been aging in here for a good couple months.
Yeah, so the sherry has just been aging in the charred barrel for a couple months. So we're going to drain, and you can actually start doing that. We're going to drain all of this sherry back into its original home, the Harvey's Bristol Cream bottle. It's now a delicious, smoky, mellowed sherry.
It's quite nice, way rounder than it was before.
Way rounder. So,
that makes sense.
So once this is all drained out, we are going to pour our vodka, or what was previously vodka, into the sherry barrel. And then we're basically sherry finishing our...
A single grain spirit kind of thing.
Yes.
So, it's like homemade whiskey in a way.
Yeah, kinda.
Yeah.
So what we have is this little guy here. This is our other barrel, and this has the vodka in it. But before the vodka went in here, it was a charred barrel, and then it had Jack Daniels in it for about a month or so.
Yeah.
And we ended up getting some nice smoky Jack out of that.
Nice.
But now we've basically bourbon casked, for lack of a better term. We bourbon casked the vodka, and you'll see when we pour that out too. It's now like a nice golden kind of color, and essentially we're sherry finishing our single grain spirit.
Well, let's just get some of that out there. I think we're pretty much ready. As you can see, the bottle's only about halfway full because I think we've enjoyed this.
We've been drinking it.
Yeah, that's empty.
Okay, so leave that one open right here. You can.
Oh yeah.
And shut the spout. Shut the spout on that. Shut your
Like
spout.
this or
Nothing.
this.
So
Yeah, there we go.
And now we can put that in there. So now we are putting the you can see the color of what was vodka coming out of here.
Yeah, it's quite a bit darker.
Yeah,
It's like a golden kind of amber +1 sort of color. Very nice.
And then, what do you say, Trenny? How long are we gonna leave this vodka in the sherry barrel to finish?
Well, I think because sherry has a stronger influence on your product, you wouldn't leave it as long as you did the bourbon, or we did the bourbon or the vodka. So we're gonna put this in there for, I'd say, maybe 2 weeks.
Sure.
We'll see where it's at in 2 weeks. And
Depends how long it takes for you and I to get together again.
Yeah. So, I mean, it could be a month, it could be 2 weeks, but we don't want to leave it in too long, I don't think. Especially considering the surface area of the barrel is so small, the influence on the actual spirit should be
quite strong.
Pretty strong and pretty pronounced when you're actually tasting it. So, yeah. Anyways, join us again in a couple weeks.
Well, this is probably end up just being like a clip in the thing.
Yeah. Is that empty?
Yep. Tip her upside down.
Yeah.
Slosh it around. Couple drops. So we're gonna have a sherry finished spirit here sooner than later.
Uh-oh, which one was the right one?
I don't think that's gonna matter too much.
This will go in here. So, sherry influenced vodka that's been influenced by Jack Daniels and a barrel. So, we'll see how it works. So far, it tastes really good.
Yeah, try your own whiskey research at home.
Yeah. Anyway, let's sip on this sherry. It's pretty good. A little bit smoky. It's nice. Mmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what happened in the beginning with this?
In the beginning, there was whiskey.
The genesis of this make your own whiskey barrel thing is we started. You fill it with water, let it soak, let all the wood swell up a bit so it doesn't leak. Pour that out, get some of the scooge out of there, and then what we did is we poured Jack Daniels into this barrel and let that age for a while. It became like really smoky and delicious because the first thing that's in the barrel is going to become the most potent from the wood and the char, right? So
and adversely, the wood is going to suck that up too, right?
Exactly.
So it's like the wood influences the whiskey, and the whiskey influences the wood.
Exactly.
So we kind of bourbon finished the wood.
Yeah, it ended up
wood
becoming
finished
an ex-bourbon barrel, essentially. And so what we filled that barrel up with was Smirnoff vodka, because it's a grain spirit. It's mainly made of corn and wheat, so it potentially could be made like a whiskey.
Now, at the same time, we had a second barrel.
Yes.
The second barrel was filled with sherry. So all that wood in that second barrel, which actually this is the second barrel now.
This is that barrel.
This is barrel number 2.
This is the sherry barrel now.
So that barrel was had sherry marinating in it, and the sherry was sucking up the wood, and the wood was sucking up the sherry. So on one hand, you got a barrel full of Jack Daniels, and on the other hand, you got a barrel full of sherry.
Yeah.
So we ended up, I've kind of taken over your little thing.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway, so the barrel is full of Jack Daniels. We dumped out that Jack Daniels, and we've been drinking it.
Yeah.
And then like
you gotta drink your product.
Yeah, and we love it. So then we had this empty barrel. That was where we filled that with the Smirnoff, which would become our main spirit.
And that aged for approximately, I'd say almost 3 months.
3 months.
About 3 months. From there, we poured that spirit out into, which you will see in some of this footage. Yeah. We poured that into the ex-sherry barrel. So that vodka that turned out brown after about 3 months went into this barrel, which had been soaking up sherry for about the same amount of time. And now this final product has been in here for about 3 weeks, because you want to leave that sherry influence a little bit shorter of a time, because the sherry can actually overtake.
We're just finishing it.
Yeah, we're finishing it.
So we have a vodka matured in an ex-bourbon. Don't get technical with us about Tennessee whiskey either.
This is true. This is true.
We have this vodka that was ex-bourbon casked, and now it's being sherry finished.
Right.
So the vodka, when we tasted it, tasted closer to a bourbon almost, or a scotch.
Yep.
And now
It didn't taste like vodka.
It didn't taste like vodka at all. So now we are, like, after this long explanation, anyway, we've sherry finished the ex-bourbon vodka.
Yes.
And that's what we're tasting today. That's the finished product.
This is it.
After all these months.
Let's just do it. So
we haven't tasted this.
So you'll notice, because it's been in an ex-bourbon barrel and now sherry barrel, this color should be pretty insane. Look at that. See?
Beauty. This is whiskey research. This is how you become a whiskey researcher. Buy a barrel and do some crazy shit with it.
Yeah, so this at one point, this color here was just vodka.
I'm gonna, just for viewing purposes, I'm gonna put a bunch in here just to so people can see how dark it really is.
Yeah, it's really dark. You can tell that this has a tremendous. The sherry has a tremendous influence on this.
Wow, holy shit! This was vodka like 2 months ago, 3 months ago.
So now keep in mind the barrels were charred on the inside.
Wow.
So, but I mean, this has only been
something.
a maximum of 4 months, maybe even less.
That is really something.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
That's a nice color.
Look how dark
Just that
is.
color right there, like it almost kind of looks like the Aberlour Banana.
Yeah.
The color.
It's got a red hue to it.
Yeah. That does not smell like vodka whatsoever.
It's not incredibly sherried though. Like it's almost more on the smoked side than the sherried side.
Yeah, it smells like fresh white American oak.
It does smell like fresh oak for sure.
So, but we'll see. You know, the sherry influence on the flavor may be overpowering. Just purely by looking at the color, we know that it has had quite a significant influence. But anyways, let's try it out. What do you think?
I'm just blown away by the color.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. You can taste that sherry.
I've never tasted anything like that.
That's different. It's certainly not a traditional whiskey taste by any means.
No.
But
that is really good though.
Yeah.
It's okay. How do we describe this then?
Okay, this is first impressions, keep in mind.
Yeah.
I'm thinking we maybe left it in the sherry barrel too long.
You think so?
I think because I'm tasting that sherry flavor really strongly.
Yeah, true.
But it's not a bad thing. It tastes quite good.
It's got a tang. It's got a zing to it. It's got a sweetness, a smoke, the sherry.
It's got the smoke. It kind of has every flavor that we put in there. And it's in layers. It's like kind of built like a
It's
cake.
Interesting because I don't smell the sherry as much, but then like you said, on the flavor, like
Yeah.
you smell the smoke more than the sherry. But I mean, it's powerful once you get the flavor in there.
And for something that has also, again, like, you know, it was a 40% vodka. It should have decreased in alcohol volume. But I feel like this is still quite potent.
Oh, it feels strong, for sure. For sure. I don't know. I'm blown away that this was created through through the barrel process, and that we were able to get such a unique extraction from it because of the fact that each phase we tasted it was so different each phase, and now it's like I wouldn't call this it's not a whiskey, but it's
certainly not a vodka.
And it's some kind of delicious liquor.
Yeah. So I think this is a really cool experiment to do, you guys, because it really shows. I mean, we're not professionals in making this stuff, but it shows But what a tremendous influence that a cask can have on a spirit. So
and the flavors that go into the cask,
smells,
and how
the flavors,
it draws them in and draws them out.
Yeah, for this going in
Very
completely clear a couple months ago, that's pretty incredible.
This is so dark.
Yeah,
this is so dark. Anyway, like you said, super cool whiskey research. You should probably go to Oak Barrels Limited, buy 2 barrels, and then play this game that we've played back and forth with, putting different stuff in there. See what kind of crazy concoctions you can make, because this is really good. We're gonna drink this.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, this is gonna be,
and it's cool because it's not something that you want to mix either. You just want to drink it straight.
And I'm gonna show it to people. Like I'm gonna be like pouring this for people.
Yeah, it's a cool thing when friends come around and you can put this in the middle of the table and be like, "Hey, I made this. Try this out." And
super cool.
You can explain the product, and it's pretty mind-boggling, right?
Yeah, it's just fun. You should subscribe right here, and you should go to our shop and check out our stuff right there.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's where it's going to be. And go to trennync.com. Check us out on Twitter. Check us out on Facebook. And give us your comments. Make a crazy blend. Tell us what you did in the comments.
I have something I want our viewers to do. I want you guys to tell us what we should be putting in these barrels next.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this one has been sherry with the vodka, whiskey-ish type stuff in it. What do we put in that one, and what do we put in the Jack Daniels barrel?
Yeah.
You tell us.
Put it in the comments. Thanks for watching. Do your own whiskey research. It's fun as hell.
It's a lot of fun.
And you get drunk doing it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cheers.
Trenny and